So it's come time for a resole of my faithful Red Wing 1907s. Had these for years, really well worn. I can't even remember when I got these, probably, I don't know, 6-7 years ago probably. Wore them really heavily initially, as one does, new boots, honeymoon period. Then fell into rotation, still well worn, but the heels are going, the forefoot is smooth. And if you've seen my channel before, I do sort of over-pronate. And what I've found on these wedge soles, doesn't matter whether they're Red Wing, Thorogood, whoever it might be, they do go very quickly. And once they start going, your sort of foot slips over a bit more and it just keeps on going. And to be honest, these boots now, if I stand in them for any period of time, I sort of get a little bit of ache in my lower back. Definitely time for resole. So these are going to go off to a UK bootmaker, Trimworks. I think it's Trimworks 2000 on Instagram. Been following him for a while. Looks like he does a good job, and we've been talking about what we can do with these. So when it comes to resoling Red Wings or mock toes in general, in the past I've thought about all sorts of different combinations. So the rockier sole, like you see on the Beckman. But to be honest, I think you're either going to go for a wedge, which keeps the style, or something like a Vibram lug, like I had done many years ago on these 875s. You know, the colour of those 875s is unrecognisable from the Oro original you see in the chuckers there, but incredibly well worn boots. Early doors in the channel, I think these were probably, I don't know, 2012, 2013 maybe. Lovely boots, wore away the Christie sole pretty quickly, had a Vibram lug put on. This was done by Red Wing themselves through Red Wing London. Could do a clean, but you can see even the Vibram soles seen a bit of wear. Some of the lugs are worn smooth almost. The heels rolling off a little, but you know, the miles I've put into that compared to what I would a Christie sole. But so yeah, you've got kind of two choices. Didn't really want to go with the lug, didn't want to go for a straight Christie sole, so me and Matthew over at Trimworks talked about something a bit hybrid. So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to have a sort of wedge midsole with a Vibram flat overlay. Don't think we can get the light sort of cream white. I think we might be going for a tan combo, but I think it will look really good. So what we'll do, and I think Matthew's going to be kind enough to send over some footage to make this video a bit more interesting, we'll get these off to Matthew over at Trimworks and we'll see what he can come up with. Hopefully he'll give us a bit of video to show the process. I don't think we're going to go for a full re-welt on these. Structurally I think these boots are fine. So we're going to keep the integrity of this and probably just tear down from the midsole bit from there, sort of thing. But we will see. So we're going to do a little bit of a time warp, and then we'll have a look at the work. So Matthew was kind enough to send through some footage just so we can make this video a little bit more interesting and see the process. So first thing is cut that old sole off as close as possible to the rubber layer of the midsole, and so getting that last bit of rubber sanded back to give a nice consistent face for the adhesive, I guess you'd say. So just sanding that all the way back to rubber, and then we'll see the midsole glued into place. Now you notice there that you can actually see a tread pattern on the bottom of that sole. So what we're using as a midsole there is actually a full Christie wedge, and you know, it just goes to show if you do want your boots resoled like this straight from the shop, straight from the store, you can just have your original sole sanded flat, ready for that outer to be glued on, and then just a bit of sanding on the edge of the Vibram just to get it all flush, nice and neat and tidy. So here they are. As you saw on the little clips, we did do the simpler exercise of simply tearing down from the midsole, but the quality of the work is fantastic. No stray glue, really nicely sort of sanded to the profile, nicely sort of refreshed burnishing on the edge there, light conditioning on the body of the shoe, on the upper of the shoe. Hadn't conditioned these before. They're looking pretty good. Obviously you've got that long wearing Vibram sole, so we'll do some long-term work on those, but the roll off on the heel I expect to be much slower in sort of presenting itself. Yeah, really nice job. One of the beauties about going for the simpler route, just tearing down from the midsole, is that obviously your footbed, your midsole don't change, so there's no breaking in, no change to the comfort underfoot on these, and they're good to go straight away. Matthew tells me that the 1907s are particularly suited to this approach because they've got the little leather insole which comes with them. That just helps spread the load and give a little bit more life to the midsole, so it doesn't need to be rebuilt, recorked. So sort of 1 or 2 resoles are good for that before you need to do the full works. Also really nice that we've got some new laces in here. Old laces are in the box, so they were sent back, so you've got some options now, but I think Matthew makes these himself, so they're sort of paracord approach laces. Haven't had any of these before. Seems like a really good idea, sort of hard wearing paracord. I think, yeah, Matthew sort of put a little bit of wax on these. I'm not sure whether that's for longevity or help them sort of glide over each other, but I'll be interested to see how those wear. Being paracord, you'd expect them to last for forever, wouldn't you? But yeah, great job. Obviously Trimworks 2000 on Instagram if you want to check out more of Matthew's work, and I'll let you know how these get on. I'm expecting a good few years life out of these soles. They're looking pretty good. Okay, well, if you haven't seen the channel before, please check it out. Lots of boot reviews, bit of Japanese denim, bit of everyday carry, lots of different stuff on here over the years. If you found this useful, please give it a thumbs up. If you've got your own interpretation of the ultimate Red Wing Resole, let me know your thoughts. If you've had anything like this before, let me know how it worked out for you. And yeah, I'll see you for the next video. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.